Hello, friend. I want to tell you about the Audi A4 car. Cheap to maintain, very solid and designed in the 90s in such a way that it is still fun to drive. Of course, it also has some drawbacks that are worth knowing before buying. The Audi A4 B5 was a huge change from its predecessor, the Audi B4. Much more modern, equipped with multi-link suspension and even safer, although in this respect the Audi already set standards in its time. Today it may not matter, but a well-maintained A4B5 is still a pleasure to get into, and you don't feel the age of the car that much. The only problem may be the small interior space for the D segment. From today's perspective, the Audi A4 is an old car whose condition largely depends on its history and the type of faults on how the previous owners took care of the car. Most cars on the European market have had major bodywork repairs, so corrosion, which most often occurs on such models, should not come as a surprise. In general, the A4 is very well protected against rust. A bigger problem than body corrosion is rusting of other mechanical elements. Connectors, electrical contacts, brake lines, mounting screws, and many others can cause problems. Not so much because of age, but because of the huge mileage. The car is susceptible to almost every type of failure, and you have to take literally everything into account. But what is the most troublesome? The range of engines is very wide, and most often mechanics are visited by diesel owners. The popular 1.9 TDI is a very durable design, but it struggles with sensor and equipment failures, including flow meters. Due to its age and mileage, you should assume the worst in advance. Fortunately, even a complete overhaul is not expensive. The 2.5 TDI engine has a bad reputation, and rightly so. It is defective, but you also have to look at it from the perspective of time. If the car has traveled 400 to 500,000 kilometers and is still in good condition, it means that everything that needed to be done has been done and the factory defects have been eliminated. However, it is not surprising that these versions are increasingly rare in advertisements. This is the only engine that I do not recommend for this model for a simple reason. Any failure will be more expensive to repair than in the case of the 1.9 TDI engine. You can choose from the petrol units according to your taste and needs. From the weakest 1.6 to the powerful V6 2.8, each is worth considering and is suitable for the Audi A4. Currently, the 1.8 turbo engine can cause the most problems due to the rather complicated timing drive and hydraulic valve lifters. On the other hand, it is rare for an engine to need such interventions. However, the advantages of this unit cannot be overestimated. Excellent dynamics with reasonable fuel consumption. From a technical point of view, this is the best petrol engine in the Audi A4B5. Users of more powerful engine versions, especially 2.5 TDI diesels, should expect the possibility of failure. Ware of the Tiptronic automatic transmission, the Audi A4 also received a quattro drive with a central differential. It is very durable, but before buying it is worth checking it for leaks and then changing the oil. It was not used only for the 1.6 petrol engine and the 75 horsepower, 90 horsepower, and 115 horsepower diesels with the AJM code. Audi A4B5 typical faults: corrosion of the bodywork, copies after collisions, and other metal elements. Failures of accessories in diesel engines, most often injection and fuel pumps, injectors, flow meters, timing belt brake in the 1.9 TDI engine, quickly wearing front suspension, brake failures, equipment failures, central locking, displays, air conditioning. What to look for? Don't be fooled by the engine version or year. Look for the most well-maintained examples. Increasingly often, very nice pieces appear in the ads. What to avoid? The 2.5 TDI version with automatic transmission, if you are not ready to spend money comparable to the purchase price of the car. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.